Hey guys, this is part 2 of lesson 1.10. So we're going to be doing the same thing, which is composition, but now we're going to determine if the functions are inverses. So in order for us to know that the functions are inverses, then g of f of x needs to simplify to x, and f of g of x also has to simplify to x. So we're going to do both. First, we're going to start with g of f of x, which means we're going to start with g of x. Go ahead and write down that function. And then wherever we see an x, we're going to plug in f of x. And f of x is 1/2 x minus 5 plus 10. So we got 2 times 1/2 x. That gives us just 1x. So this is, when we have a fraction, we multiply it by a whole number. You make that whole number a fraction. So 2 times 1 is 2. 1 times 2 is 2, and 2 divided by 2 is 1. That's where we get that 1 from. And then 2 times negative 5 is negative 10 plus 10. And these two end up giving us 0. So we get g of f of x is equal to x. So far, so good. But one of them being equal to x is not enough. We have to check for the other one. So let's go ahead and do f of x, which is 1/2 x minus 5. And then we're going to plug in wherever x is. We're plugging in g of x, and g of x is 2x plus 10 minus 5. And then we distribute 1/2 times 2. We already saw over here that it is equal to 1x. There's an x here. And then 1/2 times 10 is basically 10 divided by 2, which is 5. We bring down that 5. This gives us 0. So f of g of x is equal to x. So because both compositions simplify to x, then they are inverses. So again, we need to test f of g of x and make sure it's equal to x, and g of f of x is also equal to x. So that's what we're trying to find out. So let's start with f of x. We've got 2/3 x minus 2/3, and then we're going to plug in g of x, which is 3x plus 2 minus 1. So now we're going to distribute, and again, we've got 2/3 times 3, put that over 1, we get 6 divided by 3, and that gives us 2. So it's basically canceling those out. That gives us 2x, and then 2/3 times 2. 2/3 times 2 over 1, we get 4/3, and then we've got minus 1, 2x, and again, another mini lesson on fractions. We've got 4/3 minus 1. That 1, we need to make it a fraction where the denominator is 3, and 3 divided by 3 is 1, so these two are equivalent. And 4 minus 3 is equal to 1, and we keep the denominator, so that's plus 1/3, and that's as far as we can simplify it. So f of g of x is not equal, or does not simplify to x. So because 1 doesn't simplify, that automatically means that they are not inverses. So now let's look at this next one. Given f of x and g of x, we need to find g of f of 2. All right, so our main function is g of x. But since this has a value inside of it, we need to do that one first. So first we're going to do f of 2, which means we're going to get f of x, which is 2x minus 1. And wherever we see that x, we're going to plug in 2. We've got 2 times 2 minus 1. 2 times 2 is 4, minus 1 is 3. So f of 2 is equal to 3. So that's the number that we're going to plug in here. So we're actually looking for g of 3, because f of 2 is equal to 3. So let's go ahead and write down g of x, which is 3x. And then we've got 3, and wherever we see the x, we will plug in 3, and 3 times 3 is 9. So g of f of 2 is equal to 9. All right, have fun with the second part of your assignment.